Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully, you guys can see me well. Okay, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you for being here today. I took a couple of days to myself because I've been trying to take care of this sinus problem that I've been having. So I took the time to do that. So I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for being here today. And I'm checking in with everyone to see how they're doing. So I hope you all are doing well. And today's topic of discussion is giving yourself what you deserve. And what you deserve is love. And we're going to talk about why that's important and why it's important to check on your physical and mental health, especially your mental health. Because it's just like when you go to the doctor and you go for that physical, that annual physical checkup, they check your pressure, your weight, etc. Right? So that's the same that you need to do when it comes to your mental health, especially related to matters of grief. It is so important because grief can sometimes make you feel like you're bipolar because what it does, you can be okay today and then tomorrow you could be grieving. And then you could be okay for a little while and then you go back to grieving. So check on your mental health and check on your emotions, on how you feel. And, are you okay today? What's going on? And look at what triggers the grief. I know for me, Sundays trigger the grief. Not as bad as before, but because I used to have conversations with my mother on Sunday, and Sunday was family day. Mom used to cook um, huge meals on Sunday, and we would eat and talk and etc. Like I said, my grandmother had 12 children, and they had a farm. And at the crack of dawn, when the roosters would crow, she would get up, make breakfast, and a huge breakfast, and everyone would come and sit at the table to eat. And I enjoyed doing that when I was around my grandparents and also with my mom, you know. So Sundays remind me of that, and I get a little melancholy because of it. It takes me there, but I'm learning to get better with it. Like I said, you never get over grief, but you can overcome it, to the point where you're functioning. It's so important to take care of your mental health, because like I always say, if you're not okay mentally with your mental health and physical health for that much, then you can't take care of yourself or anything else. So it's important. So keep yourself in a good place. One of the things that I do to keep myself up and going is to minimize my intake of negativity. Things happen in life, beyond our control, etc. However, it's so important to minimize it. You can't control how much of the negativity that you're going to take in. I watch maybe 5 minutes of the news now because someone who I was talking to, and she was telling me, you got to know what's going on. And that is so important. We do need to know what's going on. But I don't need to watch hours of it daily, just a little bit so that I know what's going on. And I can say, okay, yeah, I know what's happening. And then go on to something positive. One of the things I do here, people, is when I get up in the morning, positive affirmations before I start my day. And the way I do that with the positive affirmations is I have positive sayings that I do daily to keep myself in a positive frame of mind, especially when I start to feel like, that I'm getting into that feeling of sadness, or depression or anything like that. Positive affirmations. And then I stay in prayer. I'm very close to God, people. It's so good when you have the favor of God and prayer and all those things. And, I stay in prayer. That helps me a lot as well. And verbalizing these positive affirmations daily over and over, even when I don't feel like doing them. It's so important. It helps tremendously. And look at yourself in the mirror daily and tell yourself that you are worth it. Okay, know that you're worth it. Never make yourself feel that you're not good enough. Other people may try to make you feel that way, but and if that's the case, just set boundaries and continue to tell yourself you are worth it. We all are, we all have something, we all are imperfect. None of us are perfect, and we are all working on something. And it's okay. It's okay. And even if the progress is slow, pat yourself on the back for what you are doing, because everybody grieve in their own way, and everybody go through the healing process at their own pace. And as you go through it, you know, be good to yourself, and set boundaries, because sometimes when you're going through grief, you need time alone, not to isolate yourself completely, but just time alone so that you can process everything that happens, because grief takes a toll not on your mind only, but on your physical, on your body itself. And you need time to heal from it. Never allow anyone to disturb your healing or tell you they don't want to see you heal. And I've had a situation like that, and I don't even have these conversations, because when someone tells you or make you feel like, why are you trying to heal? Cut off. For me, I cut off, block, and delete. I don't have time for that anymore in my life. Doing things, self-loving on yourself, some of the ways you can do that. When someone doesn't want to give you gifts or flowers or whatever, give to yourself. Nurture that inner child, because that is part of the healing process as well. Music. I have now, you see these guys? Yeah, these are headsets I plug into my computer or my phone here, and I have a playlist of music. I love music from the 70s, 80s. I rarely listen to music from today, because the playlist I have, it just uplifts me. I like a lot of love songs from the 70s, 80s, and it's a playlist of like how I grew up. My mom had this huge big record player, and we always had music besides food in the house. We always had music going, and music changed that mood. You ever notice if you're in a like this sad mood or whatever, and you put on your favorite playlist of music, and it makes you feel better, and you start to feel like rejuvenated somehow. So I keep that going, and keep your environment positive, set boundaries, never wait for anyone to give you your flowers or presents or etc. Give to yourself. That's so important. Give those flowers to yourself. Give to yourself. You want to go see a certain show or play, take yourself. You don't have to wait for somebody else. That's all part of self-loving on yourself as well. To love yourself, to know that you are worth it. You are worth it no matter what you're going through. We all have those low moments in our life. And it's okay, it's part of life. No matter who we are, what background we come from, we all have something. The important part is to work on it, to heal it slowly but surely. We're always working on something, because nothing is perfect, and the healing process is ongoing. But as long as we're working on ourselves to do better, when we heal, we do better. And when we do better, we can help others. We can help ourselves, others, and then we can pay it forward. Because, especially, I always talk about people who are grieving and in a state of depression, to always Google therapists in your area, because I'm not a therapist. I am not a licensed therapist of any sort. However, I am sharing information here that's helped me um, from all the losses and the grief and the depression that can lead to suicidal thoughts. And I had connected myself with the therapist shortly after losing my mother, my dog, and good friends and people from church all at once. It was a domino effect. And I started the process, and it wasn't easy. It's a lot of pain, a lot of loss, and a lot of healing. And this is why I'm sharing here on this channel with you, because someone or a few someone somewhere need to hear this message because their grief is now turning into depression. And this is why I'm always encouraging and emphasizing that whatever state you are living in, regardless of where you come from, Google a grief therapist in your area and get connected with one that you vibe with so that you can start the process. Also, there are grief bereavement groups that you can connect with as well. And that's important because people at that group or at those groups are going through what you're going through. And they may have some tidbits on how they are getting through the process. And it's important because those tidbits, as I'm sharing here today, can help you as well. It's so important. So pay this forward by sharing this video with others and hitting the subscribe button and the like button. And I'll be back in a day or two with more information because it's so important to love on yourself and not to step on yourself because it's a slow process of getting, yourself better in a better place from the grief and healing. It takes time, baby steps, one day at a time. Always check on your mental health the same way that you go and check on your physical, health. Just check on yourself and know when you feel like you're sliding into that depression. Always get connected. Never feel shame because we all need something to grow and help us. We're none of us are perfect. We all have something, and it's okay to reach out for help. There's no shame in that. So for those who are listening, please forward this video to someone who might need to hear this message because someone somewhere needs to hear these messages, really. And thank you guys for sending me messages about how it's helping you, that these videos are helping, because that's the point of it, to pay it forward, help others, and to continue the process here. Because those people who help other people and pay it forward, then those people can help themselves and then help others. And then, we can do better when we know better. Thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I will be back in a day or two with another message to uplift you. Keep it moving, guys, and always do things to bring to be positive in a positive frame of mind. This is Lisa, shedding love and light. Thank you all and have a wonderful Thursday evening. Bye for now, everyone.